Well, he has, according to officials, been identified by DNA sampling. He is apparently, or was, I should say, because he blew himself to pieces along with about 32 other young people, a 20-year-old student from the town of Adıyaman, which is a mixed Kurdish-Turkish town in southeast Turkey. His name has been given as Abdurrahman Agayan, but it's not obviously officially confirmed that he was the culprit, but his name has come out on a lot of social media and a lot of a lot of Turkish newspapers and so on. So it seems to be fairly well established. We all saw the images of the bomb actually going off. It was impossible to tell from that which of the people in the center of the picture was actually responsible for the explosion, which engulfed a large meeting of young people. But now he has been apparently identified. But as I say, we can't be totally sure that it was him, but that's what officials are saying.
And can you just explain for us what has happened with this Twitter ban? Because this has only come in the last hour or so, and talk about it being lifted. What is the reason given for the pictures from this attack being banned from social media websites?
Well, the access to the whole Twitter Twitter sphere, if you want to call it that, has been blocked ostensibly to stop the circulation of what could be seen as inflammatory images from that bomb attack a couple of days ago. But I think there's a strong suspicion that it's more aimed at preventing people using Twitter as a medium for mobilizing people for the demonstrations that have broken out in mainly Kurdish areas, also in Istanbul, in protest at the authorities' failure to stop that attack in this Kurdish area down here in southeast or on the southern side of Turkey, near the Syrian border. So it remains to be seen how long that ban will stay in place. Officials are saying it will be lifted very shortly, but they may want to wait till after Saturday, when there are more protests planned both in Istanbul and in southeast Turkey, in the mainly Kurdish regions.
Yeah, we're just looking at some pictures of the protests earlier this week. Can you just explain for us what is the root of people's anger? Is it because they feel that it is a wider policy, or is it specifically about the movements of these potential attackers across this border? Obviously there is security, but it's difficult to guarantee any sort of security anywhere, of course. And just to also mention that the police attacks today that we've seen.
That's right. Well, I think these things are feeding into each other. The bomb attack came in the context, historically, of a lot of problems between Turkey's Kurds and the Turkish government. So it has sort of exacerbated that. At the same time, it is also a spillover of the ongoing conflict just across the border inside northern Syria between the Syrian Kurds and ISIS, or as we used to call it, IS, the Islamic militants. So it's these two things coming together, the bomb attack aggravating relations between the Turkish Kurds, who sympathize very strongly, of course, and have strong ties with the Syrian Kurds just across the border. So it's really fed into a kind of long-standing historical resentment. The Kurds of Turkey are now feeling, or some of them, that they're not being properly protected, and there is some talk on social media of arming themselves in order to protect themselves. And of course that would be a very dangerous development. It would open up the possibility of these protest demonstrations actually becoming armed clashes, rather than the police using tear gas and water cannon, as they have been doing, to disperse the demonstrators.